Good morning.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello. I figured I'd be the late one. On Wednesday mornings, I have to drop my daughter off a lot of times, so it's always unpredictable exactly when I'll make it back.
Yeah, the morning meetings usually starts a bit late.
Well, the funny thing is, normally on the days I don't do that, I'm an early starter for work, but on the days I drop her off, no. Or I guess just different work might be a way of looking at it. With a 3-year-old, it's plenty of work either way. Hey, Sartak, not urgent at all, but actually I had an open PR and Gatekeeper library that I think you'd made a comment on a while back if you wanted to take another look. Nothing important, just having to do with the linter and some, I think you'd had a question or something, so
Yeah, sure. Do you remember the ID?
I can find out for you while we wait for people to start. It's 330.
Yeah, thanks. I see it. I'll take it.
Yeah, nothing urgent, but yeah, you had a question. And I'm like, I think it's fine, but I'll let you decide. I see Davis. Davis, I assume Max will be here, right?
I think so.
I'll check his calendar.
I think he's in the meeting.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Max. Good morning.
You're muted, Max.
Hey, how's it going?
We can hear you. Good.
Yeah. Not a guarantee at all.
That's why I said it. I'm like, yes. Yeah, my current computer's fine, but I had one a while back that every time I would like connect it to the monitor or not because it was like a USB Thunderbolt monitor, like it would reset every USB input. Like all the audio ones would get changed, everything. So it was like every morning the first call would be wrong probably.
uh, yeah, and it's always, I mean, sort of definitionally, I guess, like the first thing you do is start up your computer. So it like double sucks if if things aren't working because you're just like, it's morning. You know what I mean?
Nope, makes perfect sense. Yeah, those days I used to go to the office like every other day, so like every day it was wrong for the new location and for the first
Oh,
call.
unfortunate.
I don't know, I guess I'm surprised it does as well as it does to put the windows back on the same monitor as when it goes to sleep as it is. So I'm normally pretty happy, but yeah, the audio inputs have always been. And I don't know what the right behavior was, right? Would you want it to go back to using the USB audio device you were using 2 days ago, but not yesterday? Probably not. Like,
Well, was it plugged into that audio device yesterday? Is the one I'm currently
well, that's why
using?
it gets weird, right? Because if it goes to sleep, I wonder if the USB, like when you go to power saving, it might shut down the USB hub, right? So that USB device went away. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess for laptops, like internal audio, but you know which one's internal. Like,
Oh yeah, I just never use the internal one. I guess that's where I was going.
mm. Yeah, well, I think there should be some heuristics there, like how often is it plugged into both audio systems at once?
I'm sure they'll get a whole team on that right away.
Yeah.
That'll be the big feature release for OS X, what are we on these days? 13, 14, something like that. Yeah, OS X 14. AI powered audio input device selection.
Have they dropped like saying actually it's OS 10?
I don't think that they call it
Yeah, it's
OS
just
10
Mac
in a
OS
long time.
now.
Yeah, it's just OS
Yeah.
10.
Right.
In fact, it
It's
says
Well, it's
just
not even
macOS Ventura is all it says on mine.
yeah, it's Mac OS X or OS 10 has gone for a few years now. It's just been Mac OS for a while, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah. OS 10.14 sounds interesting to me.
Well, you got to remember, I mean, right? Because it came off of OS 9, if you remember that. You gotta be old like me to.
My first OS X was Tiger, which was 10.4, and it had like a kind of OS 9 emulator type thing, but that was the closest I got to.
They called it Rosetta or something, I think, back in those days. I can't remember now.
Yeah, and now there's Rosetta 2, which is
Sure.
the like M1
Oh,
to
it's
AMD.
an Intel instruction set, which is actually
Yeah.
way faster than emulating a 68K processor. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. No, when I was in like middle school, high school, it was all Macintoshes with like the old Mac OS, not the OS X Unix one.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I grew up with Windows. My first Mac was no, sorry, my first Mac OS was in Tiger 2.
Oh, yeah. See, at least in the school districts I was at, it was always Apple products.
Mhm.
Like before it was Macs, I remember when we were like in like first grade, we'd go and use like these ancient Apple IIe's, which was actually kind of fun. Like, we'd write little basic
Like
programs to like,
Oregon Trail.
lock them out and stuff. Yeah, Oregon Trail. A lot of Oregon Trail. That's a very West Coast thing, I think, to play.
Who says Macs aren't good for gaming? The CRT iMacs with the puck mouse, were those in your high school?
I'm actually thinking a generation before this. This is right before the colorful ones.
Oh, gotcha.
Schools, they don't every the Apple IIe's I think had been bought 15 years before I was using them. So
Well, you know what? The floppy disks are called floppy disks.
yeah, you mean the 5 1/4s? Yeah, those were floppy.
Yeah.
I mean, even inside the 3.5, it's still floppy. It's just the outer shell that's hard. It's not the disk that's hard.
Oh, okay.
I've never thought about that. Interesting. I mean, the big one I can see being floppy, but
Well, the
small ones,
small one, it's the same kind of like material. It's just the outer plastic that's hard, right?
yeah. Oh, it's
I mean,
interesting.
I guess it's the disk. I don't know which one you consider the disk, right?
Yeah. Oh.
What is it? There's like is it the Bernoulli principle or something? Like when you spin it, it becomes more rigid and like, I don't know. There's some stuff I don't remember from long ago.
Just remember there was a thing called a Bernoulli drive.
Yeah, there was that too, which I think was a much higher. It's kind of like a precursor to the zip disk, if you remember when those were king for like 2 years before USB thumb
Bernoulli,
drives.
Zip, Jazz.
Jazz, yeah. I think Jazz's moment was even smaller because in the zips, remember they got to be like 250 or 750, and I haven't thought about zip drives in a long time, but yeah.
Zip drives are offended.
Well, they kind of just fell off the face of the earth when USB thumb drives came out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we're waiting for folks. I'll stop talking about off-topic stuff.
Rita is going to be a little late, so we can get started though.
The meeting notes are empty. Is there anything that people wanted to talk about?
Still waiting for those zip disks to spin up, Max. I'll get there.
I do remember when it took like tens of seconds for fans to like get to speed. And so you could like hear your computer rev up. That was special.
Well, the physical hard drives will do that too. You get that kind of whine as they would come up to 5,000, 7,000 RPM.
That's more like a monitor sound, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the CRT flyback transformer whine.
I think LCDs have surpassed CRTs. I think it's safe to say at this point.
Yeah.
That refresh though.
I mean, the only big advantage of a CRT is you get the Gaussian blur kind of built in for the low resolution.
Unless you degauss it. Different Gauss.
Is that the one that makes the boing sound, the sound? Yeah.
Yeah.
To realign the magnetic field on the side of the cathode ray tube so that you get alignment from the various. I have to remember how it works for the anode and cathode. Otherwise, you get like sometimes some weird like distortions on the edge if you got like some magnetic field magnetizing it where it wasn't supposed to.
Interesting.
Oh,
don't store like backup tapes next to it. Like anyway, go ahead.
I had a question for Charlie. I was going to ask about the YouTube stuff. If that is fixed. Is it going on YouTube?
It isn't fixed, and it's tricky because I need to get access to the Zoom account, and the Zoom account sends an email to the maintainers mailing list, and then I've also been away on holiday most of August, and but I've been chatting back and forth. I've been chatting. I was chatting to Rita about doing it sometime this week. However, if there were to be someone who is on the mailing list that does get the Zoom one-time codes, and we were on to do that now.
I'm happy to help. Yeah, just ping me on Slack. I can get
Okay. Yeah, I had mentioned it to Rita, but is she out at the moment or?
No, she's here. She can help too. I mean, both of us. If you tag us in the maintainers thing. Yeah.
My hope is that once I sign in once on this device, it will sort of allow me.
Yeah. Just don't log out.
Yeah, just don't log out. So I think it says check your email cncf-opa@cncf.io. Have you received an email now?
Yeah. 1 second. I'll send this to you on Slack.
Yeah, that's great. And then once I've got that, I hope that I'll be able to get it set up again. I need access to the Zoom account to enable like integrations with Zapier, and like when a new recording is created, if it has a certain title, post to YouTube and things. But yeah, sorry it's just taken so long. It actually took me ages to realize like where the login for that Zoom account even was. So anyway, I'm in now, so I can try and have a look at it this week. And the main thing I wanted to do was to check that the old recordings, to try and backdate it for the time that I don't know how important that is. Like I was going to do it, but to do the recordings for the meetings that we've missed while the integration has been dysfunctional.
How many did you miss? Is it a lot or?
It's I think it's been broken for about coming up for 2 months now.
Oh, okay.
So that's about 4 meetings. Just a guess.
Yeah. Okay.
5 meetings.
Not that bad, I guess.
Eight meetings.
Yeah, eight meetings.
Oh. Oh, sorry. Is it? Oh, of course. Yeah, I only come when it's at this time, so it's 8 meetings. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll try and do that then. Like I'm hoping that I don't know how long I think the recordings go back for a long way, so I think I can do that. I think I have all of the access I need for that part.
Did you get the code I sent you on Slack?
Yep. I've logged in now,
Okay.
so I can see the cloud recordings go back a reasonably long way. So
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Well, there seem to be 500 in there, so
Yeah, all of them goes there, including like the OPA ones, and then the gatekeeper ones. It says Kates or something. I think.
Yeah, yep, that's fine. Yeah, well, I'll do those and try and make sure the integration's up and running again.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem.
And then if you need to log in with your regular Zoom account, you might need to like log out and log back in, but just so
Yeah, I'll just try not to log into my regular Zoom account until I've got it up and
you'll
running.
be logged in with the CNCF OPA
Yeah.
account.
Yeah. That's all good.
Oh, and then I saw your PR got almost merged, Max, the dynamic informer cache.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know what controller runtime's threshold is for like approval to merge. But Vince BRI is like looks good. Yesterday,
Yeah.
could you rebase? So I rebased. The copyright question, I don't know. Like they're so different now. We're both CNCF projects. This would have been a lot easier if we still had Oren here, right? Because it was his work. He, as an individual, probably would be in a better position to say something. So I defer to them. Like I just tried to give them all the information. If they do want like console on the right thing to do, I assume CNCF has people. I mean, worst case, we just need to attribute, right? Because it's Apache and Apache. But yeah.
MIT. Right? Is it? Oh, it's Apache? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, all CNCF projects are Apache. And it's, ambiguous because they're all, I think, donated to CNCF, whether attribution is actually a thing, even. So, I don't know. Sorry. My cat. But yeah, did you have any thoughts on that, or?
No, I was just I saw it and I was like, yay.
Yeah, it would
might make it hard, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. I was like half worried that they would get the non-blocking get option and then be like, yeah, we like that one, we don't like the other one, which would have been unfortunate because this one is the meat of it for us. And you're good with the multi or the sync set PR?
Yeah, I LGTM that one yesterday.
Nice.
Thank you, Max. Alex.
No, thank you. And Rita had some questions that I answered, but they seem to be non-blocking questions. Max, did you have a chance to have another look after those two commits?
Yeah, I looked. It was fine. It was after like 8 or something when I looked, so I was gonna save it for today.
Oh yeah, no worries. So maybe I'll wait for Julian too, but it sounds like we're good to merge.
And then it looks like you fixed the test. Oh, good. Good.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, which is pre-existing, so thank you.
Yeah, I think that will reduce flakiness because I'm sure you all have seen some flakiness in our tests that come from a test reconcile.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
I am too.
Yeah, I think that was probably induced by an upgrade to controller runtime at some point, because it looks like the manager is, from the error, the manager is waiting for runnables to exit. But the way those old controller runtime tests are working, the reconcile function is wrapped in something that wraps, or that sends reconcile requests to a channel. And so unless that channel is being read from, it turns into like a blocking situation. And so it would make sense that the runnable then not exit until the reconcile loop finishes fully, which would never happen. So it was like a benign error, but an annoying one in the sense that it would fail tests. And I think also cause tests to run longer when they were failing.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for that overview.
Yeah, thank you for finding that. That was, those sorts of things are subtle and not easy to investigate.
I had fun. It was also late in the game, so I was like, either my code is completely broken or there's something else. Let's go with the latter.
Yeah, it's something else. I've seen that error before. I just, like, okay, well, it doesn't tear down. I'm not super concerned. But it is nice to not have to retry tests, because that does take like 10 minutes. All right. Do we have any more topics, or do we want to call it?
Yeah, we can give the time back.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone.
Good.
I was just saying thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good to see everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks all.
Bye.
See ya.